when I met Jesus Christ. He was almost 10 years old, and he was helping his mother push a trolley full of all they owned. And because they couldn't find an inn they could get in, they were heading to the city and leaving Bethlehem. Couldn't you perform a miracle? I'm out of them, he said. I tried turning nothing into warmth, but it just made my mother cry. It just made my mother cry. Mary Magdalene has become a man, and tonight he's old, and she has been riding my tram. Now it's late and she's trying to sleep beneath a poster for a bank. Your dreams are important to us as it bathes her face in gold. Come give us your natural gifts, we make wealth from toil. Come pretend for history's page that we're advancing Australia fair. Let's pretend that we're all advancing Australia fair. Back down the road I found the church we built on the black man's bones was empty, and out the front a sign read all but sold. A sign read all but sold. And we all owe so much money, but to whom we're not quite sure. So head down, we just keep running along our fading golden shores. So head down, we just keep running along our fading golden shores. Come give us your natural gifts, we make wealth from toil. Come pretend for history's page that we're advancing Australia fair. Let's pretend that we're all advancing Australia fair.
Chang bought a van and decked it out, showed us all, had all he needed. Could park it anywhere, free as a bird. But when he flew, he found out fast that the great outdoors is a barbed wire fence. I'm not staying here when the shit goes south, and the shit seems to be already here. I've a backpack with all my needs. Trouble is, when I dream, all I find is that the great outdoors is a barbed wire fence. I'm sure my grandfather left freedom here, unless my eyes were open when I was born. there's an exodus heading out of town. Their faces are up, but their eyes are down. There's a sun that seems to be shining upside down. And around and around, upside down, and around and around, upside down, and around and around, until we reach the outskirts of town, where we find time and time again that the great outdoors is a barbed wire fence.
After your brother died, you didn't have to bother with me. I'd fucked up again until every bridge should have been in flames. But as I was packing up what little remained, the phone rang and it was you. And although you never spoke the actual words, what you said to me was, Michael, always believe in love. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael. I watched you walk down my streets together, you in the front of your man, lost in your boy. You're speaking a language of pausing across the road, or sorting the shopping items each will carry home. And although you have never noticed me, I can hear you both whispering, and you are whispering to me, Michael. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael. Always believe in love. You were singing on the stage with your sisters, dancing to some rainbow fairy tale. Your voices were all small and out of time, still we pressed record and held up our candle phones. For despite the flames of our burning world, we could all hear the angels singing. Oh, Michael. 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 Always believe in love. We're alone and lost somewhere on Facebook. There's a gorilla loving a fallen human child, and we're all wrestling with shadows while wondering if inside the dark we will finally find the flower that perpetually grows. Oh, Michael, in that garden our gods call. Oh, Michael, oh, Michael, oh, Michael, oh, Michael, oh, Michael, oh, Michael. Always believe in love.
There's a harbor in my heart where you used to fix your sails. There was no berthing fee to pay, and there were no documents to sign. You used to just relax before figuring out what you needed to do, for the ocean is vast, yet wherever you went, the currents always lead back to you. Now there's a museum in town full of memories of you. Seems the council here have nothing better to do. They change room by room as the outer you grew. But when you switch off the lights, the inner you still glows. There's a harbor in my heart where you used to fix your sails. There was no berthing fee to pay, and there were no documents to sign. If the storms grow too long, why not set sail for me? Otherwise, at least know that there's a part of you here, alive and so full of fire that I'm wondering if it's you that's powering all of these lights. That I'm wondering if it could be you who is powering all these street lights. There's a harbor in my heart where you can come and fix your sails. There will be no berthing fee to pay, and there will never be any documents to sign.
I wanted to find a lover who made me forget the universe, or rather made the universe feel like it was starting within. I wanted to find a lover I I could paint a picture with, and our paint would be each other, and our hues would be alive. But I've been offered love in poetry, psychoanalyzed to the bone. I've been broken and consecrated, I've been discarded in the thorns. I've been searching in all the wrong places, for I felt that that's where you'd be found. Or am I the one that's reaching like a weed, escaping the ground? Then if I find you, will the universe fall away? And when I ask you, are you the one for me, will you say, look at me, until you can see that I am who I am? I am Mary Magdalene. I wanna find a lover to illuminate my empty streets, and who would dance in the radiance like you discovered our escape. I wanna find that lover who is out there looking for me. For surely there has to be, surely there has to be. I wanna find a lover, that's why I'm falling into you. 'Cause you, it seems, are falling just as deeply into me. 'Cause you, it seems, are falling just as deeply into me. Have you noticed? The universe is gone, I can feel it in our joints, struggling to begin. And when I ask you, are you the one for me, look at me, you'll say, look at me until you can see that I am who I am. I am Mary Magdalene.
Taste my affection in a taxi filled with air fresh and sweat and polite kisses goodbye. And we will find lost faces in the windows, discarded hearts crushed beneath the gap where the two seats join. Down there where their pockets spill and their silent farts collect, until the bleary driver come night shift's end will thrust down his hand and separate either you from me or me from you. So come on, girl, why not slip down here with me below the false laughs and the silence of others. Submerged, we'll slip condoms from wallets, or graffiti our poetry along their spines. Deep hidden, we'll swoon to the old lady's perfume, smirk to the popular draining their batteries dry, and touch to the whispers of the lovers wrestling. Will I ever find you, my love? And that's when we'll kiss, madly kiss, liberated tongues escaping starving lips, as the driver mumbles Sri Lankan at another set of red traffic lights. Aroused by our hiding, we'll stroke to their tempo, foreplay to their drugged and their drunken beat, before making love to the lonely tune of their fingers drumming on the vinyl. Drum, my love. Drum to me. Yes, come on, my love, come hide with me amongst the pens, hair clips, and scrawled numbers discarded on the back of those spent flip-top matches. And together, for a night, we'll try outrun the sleep, until the world has been driven to where it should be, and that inevitable hand will rip either you or me free, and leave the other here like a spent cigarette lighter, and leave the other here aglow with the ghost of our flames, and leave the other here with the fading glow of our flames.
We were farmers near Castlemaine when COVID came and shut our whole town down. And as the kids and I hid at home, my husband risked it all by working to keep our little farm alive, whilst I did everything that the government told me to. And I made sure that my kids followed suit. I'd always thought that the end of it all would be another war, and not me and my grown kids sitting here and watching the TV, and not me and my kids watching TV. And outside the windows, the wheat continued to grow as the barley rolled and danced with the wind. As the barley rolls and dances with the wind. But then the vaccines arrived to save us all, so we lined up and rolled up our sleeves. We lined up and rolled up our sleeves, gratefully, 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 gratefully. On a Monday night, my daughter suddenly died when a blood clot burst inside her lungs. Then a few weeks later, my husband found my son on our kitchen floor. We found our son dead on our kitchen floor. We buried our beautiful kids with all of their unrealized dreams.
they were all as silent as the moon. And then COVID moved on, just like the flu. The only difference is that I was now alone. For my husband is gone now too. Our doctor told me that his heart that was so strong, it had seen him build this farm, had just suddenly given way, had just suddenly given way. And outside the windows, the wheat continued to grow as the barley rolled and danced with the wind. And outside the windows, the wheat continued to grow as the barley rolled and danced with the wind. As the barley rolls and dances with the wind. So now I'm selling the farm, I mean, what else can I do? The fences need repairing and the harvest is long overdue. Plus I know the bank will come knocking soon. I know the bank will come knocking soon. And outside the windows, the wheat continues to grow as the barley rolls and dances with the wind. And outside the windows, the wheat continued to grow as the barley rolled and danced with the wind. As the barley rolls and dances with the wind.
How did we reach here, where the view looks like the view I used to see? But somehow everything has changed. Everything is gone, and yet remains. I went to the shops and the prices are going up faster than our pay. And yet I'm doing the checkout like I've been demoted as a slave. Oh, somehow everything has changed. Everything is gone, and yet remains. Went to the bank and they greeted me like I was trespassing on their land. I wanted to scream, "You're built on my toil," because my blood was getting ready to boil. But instead my soul whispered to me, oh, somehow everything has changed. Everything is gone, and yet remains. How did we get here? How did we go so wrong? It's like we were singing or trying to sing, but someone keeps changing the song. I just wanna go there. I just wanna go there. How did we reach here, where the view looks like the view I used to see? But somehow everything has changed. Everything is gone, and yet remains.
Where do you go when you know that you can't get there from here? Where do you go when you know that you can't get there from here? I remember when our lives were a map, where each step was an assured prayer, that another step with you was waiting. Oh yes, my beloved, I remember, and will always remember that. Hey! Where do you go when you know that you can't get there from here? Where do you go when you know that you can't get there from here? There's a light on the hill, but it's also inside. Like my soul had a compass, and true north was light. I can see you, my Lord. I can hear you, my Lord. Keep, please keep, oh my Lord. Please keep, oh please keep, oh please keep your lights on. Keep, please keep, oh my Lord. Please keep, oh please keep, oh please keep your lights on for us. That's where you go when you know that you can't get there from here. That's where you go when you know that you can't get there from here.
About 10:30, a sedan pulled up and parked beneath a car park slide. A rear door opened, a dog got out, and after sniffing around, it relieved itself. Then it sat near the front door, looked over at me, and it said unequivocally, I don't know who the hell you are, so don't even think of coming near this car. Q library was closed, no, its books were asleep, dreaming alphabetically. But out here I heard a little baby cry, and then I heard another child join in. So I was gonna go over and ask, hey, are you okay? But that dog stood up and he glared at me. I don't know who the hell you are, so don't even think of coming near this car. Then a light flickered on, and there inside a young mom was trying to soothe her kids. But because it was cold or because it was night, I heard them both continue to cry. Then all alone in that lonely car, I heard her sing a lullaby. Then all alone in that lonely car, I heard her sing them a lullaby.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Daddy's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, then Daddy's gonna buy you a diamond ring. And as I listened to her sing, I pulled my head into my sleeping bag. Amidst the sweat and the stubborn stains, I found my mom and heard her sing. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Daddy's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, then Daddy's gonna buy you a diamond ring.
Then when the morning broke again, I found that they and their car were gone. And I have to say it was very strange for me to sleep this long. But as I packed up my bed and bags, I could still hear her song. I guess like her kids, I must have drifted off. I guess like her kids, I must have drifted off.
Martin was a nurse with dark clouds in her face that would weep for no reason down Goodbye Road. Drove up from Melbourne, her life in one case, and sat in my office, said, I'm looking for a home. Don't you have someone, somewhere to go? Where are you from, John? I really wanna know. Is it like that billboard near the end of their line? Because keep rolling, honey, and you'll find mine. Sometimes you have to head out on your own, because you can die of hunger trying to suck love from a stone. Sometimes you have to go build your dream home from the orphan's haunting Goodbye Road. Love on one hand, freedom on the other. Gino said no to the jabs and lost his job and his brothers. He found Martine in a stand in the park, where after buying her a coffee, he asked as she stirred, don't you have someone, somewhere to go? Here is somewhere, you're cute, don't you know? Close your eyes, Gino, and you will see Orphans can build homes on Goodbye Road. Gino stayed night after night. Then Martine whispered, let's build a light. For my soul is hungry and my heart is on fire, because it knows my love, because it now knows. Sometimes we have to head out on our own, because you can die of hunger trying to suck love from a stone. Sometimes we have to go build our dream homes with the orphans haunting Goodbye Road.